What's going on, guys? It's Player here, and so what I'm going to show you is how to escape the police with a tank, or the Rhino tank, in GTA 5. And so this is a follow-up video on my previous one where I showed you how to steal the tank, but now you already have the tank. We're going to try and get away on this very slow ground-based vehicle with a 4 or 5 star wanted level, which is going to be a challenge if you don't know what you're doing, but using this method it should be very easy. So the good news is that you're pretty much indestructible. The only ways that this tank could be destroyed would be if you took heavy damage inside the base from other tanks, or if you're actually outside the base, if you say fall off a cliff, if you go into water, or if you wedge yourself somewhere, then that's how you can break your tank. But otherwise you're pretty much indestructible. Nothing that little police cars and rammings and shootings can actually hurt you, so you're pretty much good in that sense, and you shouldn't have any difficulty doing this. So all the police cars, like the vans, the normal cars, and even the trucks and the SWAT and the noose, all of these cars that come and ram and shoot at you, they won't even scratch this tank, so you'll be very good to go. And I'm going to show you the route on how to get away. This is on the map, and this is Fort Zancudo obviously, and you want to make your way down this route through the waypoint and to this part of the bridge. And so obviously you're moving away from Fort Zancudo, and the important thing I'll say first is that don't shoot at the police. Once you've got the tank, don't shoot the police chasing you, don't destroy them, blow them up, or the helicopters. They'll be ramming you, but they can't hurt you, don't worry about them, just completely ignore them. And because if you aggravate them more, then you'll get a 5th star to your wanted level, and that just makes it a little more difficult and more hassle. I mean, this method will still work perfectly with 5 stars, but it's just a lot easier if you don't have that 5th star, and we'll try not to get as many stars as possible. So what you need to do is go to this point where I'm going right here, and it'll take you about 5 or so minutes. It's quite a long journey, but mainly because you're in a tank, which is pretty slow, and it's going to be off-road, which is quite tricky with a tank, but for the most part it's not a problem. And so along the way the police will try ramming you, as I've said, and there's no way that they can at all affect the tank. You'll just mostly run them over. But when you do, if you run over their engine, then their cars will explode, which is actually pretty bad for your tank. You want to avoid running them over, so just push them aside, try and hit them not head on, because if you just go straight at them, as they will, you'll run them over and you'll blow them up, and that's probably not going to be the best for your tank. If you do that a lot, then you'll start to get a little bit of damage on it, so try and just nudge them out of the way. And once you reach this point, what you need to do is go up to the train tracks and look behind you, because there will normally be a one-way train that spawns behind you, and you'll need to wait around for this train to go ahead of you, because you can't both fit in this tunnel, and the tunnel is where you're going to be hiding out. So if the train does hit you, and if you were to go ahead, then the train will just knock you around, destroy you, probably push you off the bridge, and it won't be good, because trains in GTA 5 are completely indestructible. Absolutely nothing you can do will affect them, even a tank sit on the rails. So you want to wait for this train to go ahead of you, and then after that you want to follow it in, and then go to the end of the tunnel, or stay inside the tunnel and just sit there, and then the police won't pursue you. Or you could go to the very end if you want, but I'll talk about that in a second. But you want to go to the side of the tunnel and you want to sit there, and you will lose your wanted level. It's as simple as that. After you've done that, you want to back out, and here I'll show you in an earlier attempt, I went all the way ahead over the bridge and into the second part of the tunnel, and I actually got wedged at the very end because the tank can only just not fit. There's just kind of a slight, like, centimeters of something sticking out that just kind of gets you wedged and you won't fit, and the train came along and pushed me and destroyed me. It didn't end well, so just sit in the earlier part of the tunnel and don't go all the way across the bridge. And when the police are gone, you can back out, and there you have it, a free tank. So if you found this video helpful, then feel free to give it a like rating or a thumbs up, and for more videos to come in the future, you can subscribe to my channel. For my previous videos, you can check out the GTA 5 playlist. There's a link to that at the top of the description, and there you'll find all my tutorials and guides, and how to find like the minigun, the grenade launcher, or how to increase, say, your driving stat, your stamina stat, and many more videos like that. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys later. Jump.